Welcome to the Inner West Library's July School Holiday Program for Youth. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, the Gadigal and Wangal people of the Eora Nation, and to pay my deepest respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. I'm going to hand you over now to Dan from Loose Leaf Literature, who's going to share with you some creative writing techniques in support of your entry into the Young Creatives Awards 2020. Enjoy!
Hi everyone, Dan Pryor again. I'm here with you today to discuss poetry. Who doesn't love poetry? Well, quite a few people. Poetry tends to have a stigma of being boring. But poetry is really a playground for all writers. It doesn't matter if you write fiction, if you write literature, whatever it is. Poetry is your chance to play with your words. Even if you never write a poem, try it, because it doesn't matter. Poetry is your chance to whistle to yourself. It's a song that you sing, nobody else needs to hear. But the skills you learn, the word combinations you can find, that will certainly come back and help you. If you are a poet, my condolences. But hopefully these tools and techniques will give you some useful skills that hopefully you can use in your own writing. The first skill has many names. I like to call it alphabet alliteration, but if you're a fan of Blackalicious, you'll probably know it as alphabet aerobics. You take a piece of paper, and down the page, you put the alphabet, A to Z. You go through each letter, and you'll write a sentence with as many words as you can in that sentence have the same starting letter. So for A, you'll be trying to get as many words with A in there. B, and so on and so forth. Verse 3, for example. Alliteration always allows authors to animate a scene. B, between borrowing and buying, businesses build their banks. C, create crowns and castles that capture capable crowds. Working through it will not only expand your vocabulary, but also your rhyming ability. Alliteration, you don't want to rely on it too heavily. Otherwise it'll start to sound like a Dr. Seuss novel. But a little bit sprinkled in, just like any dish, a little bit of seasoning makes all the difference. So don't overdo it, but have fun with it. The second activity you might have done in school, and you might have just got bored with the newspaper. But all you need is someone else's writing and a texter. Blocking out, you're going to take a piece of written work and you're going to get rid of all the words that you don't need. And you're going to find words and build your own story within the writing. This one I took from an article in Time magazine. My life, like war, the effects of schooling. Young to the army, education suffered. Student thought, old to new. We ourselves, the war, regretting asking. Children, they face the world, the worries, alone, now uncertain. It doesn't need to be very good, as I've just demonstrated. But it will start to get the ball rolling. And if you're stuck and dread the blank page, go to one that's already filled and use that. The last activity is a common mind map, but with a difference. If you're writing something and you're not sure how to get started, think about what you want to write about, write that word into the center of the page, and then branch out other ideas that spawn. For example, if I was to take my topic of sky, there are lots of words that I could associate. Some of the most obvious: blue, clouds, night. weather, sun, seasons, wind, birds, dream. You can keep going. By laying out your words, when you go to write something, you've already got all the words ready. You just need to put them in the correct place where they have the most impact. Now that's one way to get started writing, but if you want a challenge, and if you really want to get into poetry, take those words, those obvious words, and write a poem without using them. Now I've listed all these very obvious words for sky. I can't use them, but I still know how to describe the sky. The roof above us doesn't protect us, always falling, with colors dawning, broken from the hard earth, sailing ceiling of the celestial. I didn't once say blue sky, I didn't say any of these obvious words. And yet hopefully, despite how bad the poem might be, you'll see that it's clearly the sky. Keep playing with it. Play with it until you dread the thought of changing a word on it. You've got a poem then. Remember, you're the writer. You decide who reads it. You decide when it's done. You decide if it's any good or not. Everyone's got their opinions, but only you would know you wrote it. So take these tools, play around with them, pontificate, keep writing. Good luck, and hopefully I'll see you in the future. The Young Creative Awards are open now, so if your words are flowing, put in your entries before July 31st. The Young Creative Awards are being run through the Inner West Libraries. You can check out their website for more information. So keep writing, and good luck.